Good evening, Pew Pew fans. Let me wipe my head a little bit here real quick. I'm FAT positive, which means I get sweaty real easy. So, just got back from over at Rogers, testing this new High Point YC9 that I just picked up, and we did a little bit of running it through its paces. Now it's time for desktop review before I sit and edit the video. There'll be two releases on this video, one full raw with a little heated political commentary, ain't gonna lie, and then a second video with just the testing. Just the testing will go to YouTube, the other one will go to Rumble because YouTube's a little sensitive. But in the meantime, let me find a little music real quick, put in the background, and then I'll pull this thing up into the camera and let you see it. Just get it done so you're not sitting around waiting. Okay, so High Point YC9 Gen5 heat cannon. Gen5 heat cannon. Let's go ahead and clear the magazine. You can see that it's empty. Clear the chamber. You can see that it's empty. This thing is a lot better than the old High Points. It's still top heavy like a High Point. But as we talked about in the actual testing video, the High Point has stepped up the game a little bit. You've got textured grip on the front here. Let me turn some light or something so we can see a little better. Well, anyway, you can see it. So you see there's a little bit of texturing on the grip there. There's a knurling there. There's definitely texture on the handle itself. And then the back of the handle's got this nice little rubbery place right there, and grip back safety. Okay, and it's not going to do anything without the magazine in it. Trash can. I did put a little oil in this thing before I left the pawn shop with it after it got dropped off, and I did the transfer to me on it. And yeah, this is a personal. But again, let me go back to the desktop review and just worry about the personal shit later. Glock comparable front and rear sights, threaded, and we did run a suppressor on it, which was pretty sweet. With this being a blowback design though, there was an awful lot of blowback from the suppressor, from those extra gases and stuff that's coming right back in my face. So if you're going to suppress one of these, just remember that you're going to get some blowback, and run 124 grain or better. Okay. So far, the only thing I can really say about High Point in a negative is the same thing anybody says about High Point. They're top heavy, and they're not the most sleek design in the world. But they have definitely stepped up their game with the serrations on the front of the barrel, on the front of the slide, and Picatinny underneath, threaded barrel, textured grips, etc. With the grip back safety on it now, it's still got a hollow trigger, but it seems to be a lighter trigger. Better performing trigger than the older High Points, and fully adjustable rear sight. Plus, you can go with an optic on top there because it has MOS, and it's got the classic takedown tool with it and all that stuff. It does come with a different magazine. It's a tapered double stack, but it does have the pinky grip on it. So it's not a bad grip. I will say one thing though. You do have to watch the positioning of your thumb, because if you start to grip it, it's real easy to hit that trigger for that release and not even realize that you're doing it, and then the mag is like partially down, as you can see, and it won't do nothing. So that's an extra safety they got on there, but like I said, it's definitely an improvement, and I see where it looks like you could possibly get different grips for it or something. I might look in to see if I can make some adjustments on that release somehow or another, because it sticks out just a little. I might have to do some playing around with that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, overall an improvement. Still top heavy, but not as heavy as the older ones. And yeah, I think I'll keep this one. So That's what's up. Pew pew.
Tell him what's up.
All right, folks. I'm over at Rogers, and we're gonna break one in. That they're already laughing at me for this one, and I know they're gonna laugh at me some more. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them get over the laughing, because this is the second time that I've done this.
The first time was a 10 millimeter.
Yeah, at least the first time was a 10 millimeter. It was a caliber we'd never done before, so. But this one is a 9, and we've done this one before, and but it's a High Point YC9 Gen5 yeet cannon. But as you can see, High Point has stepped up their game a little bit. Textured grip, pinky grip on the mag. Grip back safety, Glock comparable sights, serrations on the front so that you can actually grip it from the front. Threaded barrel. It's still got the hollow trigger, but I felt the trigger earlier at the shop when this thing first came in, and it's actually pretty smooth trigger. Just like the original heat cannons and High Points, though, trigger will not pull without a mag in it.
No, that's
one of their safety features.
They stand by, you know. That's
gotcha.
That's part of their policy.
And they're freaking insane lifetime, no questions asked guarantee, a transferable guarantee.
You can't complain about that sort of stuff because the liabilities they're thinking of, you know.
And this is something that I didn't notice earlier. Not only does it have the adjustable sights, but you can also mount a plate on this one.
Oh, it's MOS too.
They've got it set up to where you can mount a plate on it, and you can put a daggum holographic red dot on here. Yeah, I've actually seen them online with the red dots and a suppressor.
Goodness.
Yep, but they didn't put the side sights on this one.
Yeah, I think the hood was downtown all along.
Okay, so I've got like 6 or 7 different types of 9mm over here in this box, and we're going to run at least one mag. I had to order a spare mag, by the way.
Oh, well, you know, they're not going to give them to you.
Of course not.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and this one doesn't come with a standard High Point mag. This one is a double stack. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so they've actually stepped up the game a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, they're trying to improve it.
Long,
you know,
be carrying 12 in there instead of 10.
Who knows? You know, High Point though, I wish you would do one thing, and I know this is a blowback design, but I wish you would change the side eject to a top angle eject, please. Maybe slim it down a little bit. I don't know.
It's a High Point.
It's a High Point. Well, let's see how this thing works.
It didn't come with the optional chain for the boat anchor though.
That sounded like an anchor.
I had to throw that in there. I just couldn't help it.
I'm gonna put some ears on, and I'm gonna put some ears in, and there's an ammo can right here. There's some other ammo in there if one of y'all wanna load up one of those other mags. I'm gonna go ahead and throw. These are
Blaster.
Okay. These are CK9 124 grain FMJ brass. Borrow bullets.
Borrow bullets.
Borrow bullets.
Soon to be out of Shelbyville.
They are in Shelbyville. They are in Shelbyville now. And they're soon to release their 223 line.
And they're soon to be having the 223 line, and
Yep.
I will promote them. Because before then, 9mm ain't shit.
All right, here we go. First mag is in. You got your ears on?
Nah, but go ahead. It's just 9mm.
All right. Racking the first one. Safety's off. Uh-oh.
No, say it ain't so. Janky. Janky. Where's the hanky, panky, janky?
Ah, mag came out.
Point.
Yeah.
Point.
There we go. All right, we're back in there now. So you got to watch your position on your thumb because it's right over the mag eject. Hey, I actually hit it. I hit it again.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
Only 25 yards away, but he hit.
Damn.
It's a high point. But we gotta say, that's the first mag that's been ran through this new weapon. So hey,
Yep.
you know, there may be a test round in there that the factory had shot one, but you know, as far
we've
as
got an actual jam here, so
factories usually don't do that.
they usually went 2 or 3 rounds, something like that.
See, you know?
Yeah. We've got an actual jam here. This live one won't come out, so.
Biscuit.
All right, I'm gonna turn the camera off. Now we got some Federal 115 grain FMJ aluminum case. So let's see how she cycles on that. Pulled off. All right, good. Hear the ping. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Trigger feels a little bit better.
Still a high point.
Sorry. It's not perfection.
It is what it is, man. It's a high
long
point.
ways from it. It's like bottom grade, but you know, it'll snag a root, and as long as it has that optional chain, it's okay. It'll work as a boat anchor. Or it can sit underneath the fucking back seat of the truck until you need to pull it out because you can't find your AR that's behind the seat. And it might throw 1 or 2 pieces of lead out. So, or you can throw it at them, or club them over the head. There you go, $100 club over the head.
So since you're still in camera view, when I bought the 10, this guy went digging in the manual and found something and read it on camera. And I wanted to show you. Apparently they stick it in all of them.
Mental health.
It's okay to talk about mental health.
Some of our friends are a little obnoxious.
Apparently they put this in with all of the High Point owners' manuals. And I'm not sure what to think about that. Is it really that bad? Or
that's just implementing the potential of red flag laws. So, you know, you start talking about things of this nature, and then pretty soon you start talking to other people about things of this nature. Pretty soon, the left start hearing about things of this nature, and they start getting worried. And they go, oh, there might be some crazy folks out there with guns. We might have to do something about this, because our Constitution, you know, our society...
Don't even get me started on that backwards.
Fuck you and your feelings, because the Constitution never said shit about feelings. Your feelings don't matter, people. Get over it. We are born with inalienable rights. Inalienable.
Inalienable. That's right. Inalienable.
We're born with.
That's right.
We don't pay taxes to earn them. We're born with them.
That's right. And the bottom line for anything is, the only time, anytime one of these things is a threat is when it's pointed at you.
So fuck your feelings.
Don't give somebody a reason to point it at you and you ain't got to worry about it.
Don't be a fucking pussy and say, hey, why are you doing it like that? Mind your own business.
I can't argue with them on that. But anyway.
This is America, motherfuckers. Mind your own business.
Wanted to run some 124. All right. Back to what we were doing. All right, we got some 125 grain. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right one here. Federal Luger, 9mm Luger, 124 grain, JHP. Yeah, I can't blame him for getting fired up like that sometimes, man. People just seem to think that because they disagree with it, because they don't like it, or they're not comfortable around it, etc., that gives them the right to dictate how the rest of us live. No, we're not demanding that anybody like guns. We're not demanding any of that. If you like guns, you like guns. If you don't, you don't. It's that simple. If you don't want guns in your house, you don't want guns in your house. Okay, cool. You don't have to have them. You have that right. But every time one of these shootings happens, or some yahoo who should have never been had any access to a gun, it throws things for a loop. People start getting their feelings all in a wad. And for those of us who are gun lovers, it's irritating as hell for us to have our rights restricted because of something that this person did, or because of some way that this person feels. There's supposed to be one gun law in the United States of America, the Second Amendment. That's it. There are 32,000 gun laws, aka restrictions. Yeah, aka restrictions. So, yeah, that stuff ain't supposed to be here. Hey folks, I'm back. We're headed in. We are in the beginning of fall here in Tennessee, and we're already losing light this afternoon. My vehicle apparently is overheating, so Roger and company over there working on it right now, close enough they can see me. They'll come and join me again here in a few minutes if they can. But in the meantime, I want to finish knocking out this test real quick. So, as I was saying earlier, Federal 124 grain JHP. Let's see how she cycles with that. All right. Range is hot. No lock back when it's empty. Interesting. Thought it locked back earlier. Okay. Alright, now we got some Winchester 124 grain nickel case hollow point. I'm only going to do a few of these. Yeah. Winchester nickel hollow point, 124 grain. These real quick. Alright, here we go. Magazine again. Gotta watch that switch on that magazine. Not bad. I'm gonna switch mags. And now we've got some Corbon 125 grain JHP plus P. I'm gonna do about 5 of these real quick. Spare mag time. Alright, yeah, really got to watch that mag release on this thing with your thumb grip. Alright, here comes Roger. Alright, ears, because I've got some 125 plus P in here right now.
Yeah, 125?
Yeah, 125 plus P.
Well, that's heavy enough for you. That's the principle, brother.
This,
plus P isn't, but...
These Corbons.
We'll shoot them. Go ahead. Unsuppressed.
Unsuppressed? Okay. You want these? I've already done some hollow points. I've already done 2 runs of hollow points. Go for it, brother. Ping. I love that sound. Uh-oh. Yeah, it did that to me. Oh, the magazine. Watch your thumb on the magazine release. It's that mag release is sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you drop that mag just a hair, she will not fire. Yeah, there's a downfall. We found a downfall, High Point. Yeah, as long as you keep your thumb away from that mag release, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I only put about 4 or 5 in there, and it doesn't lock back on the empty. I thought it did earlier. Okay. What for the suppressor? What do you want? 124?
124. Is there anything above that?
Either one of these. Either one of these
Yeah.
is 124. You
Yeah.
take a pick.
As long as it's not plus P.
Okay. Yeah. You don't want the cork on this. Yeah. Let's get the cork on for that because that's the plus P. Want full mag?
However many you want to shoot through it, brother. It's all good.
I want to run this thing through some torture tests. I'm gonna go ahead and run some steel. I'm gonna go ahead and run some steel through it when I'm done with this, and I'm gonna go ahead and run some of these blazers through there after this.
This cane can handle all of them, so you can shoot whatever through it you want to, and it's not going to hurt it. Okay? So we're flying that a little bit more for you. Yeah. So do what you feel. And I'm going to go back up here. Because we're trying to fix your car.
I'm down with that, dude.
And so you got this.
I've got this. Yep, I've got this.
Okay, buddy.
And I'll blow the smoke out when I'm done.
Enjoy.
I'm just gonna run this mag through this. I'm not gonna run those through it.
You ain't got nothing that's gonna hurt that, dude.
I still ain't no point in running running the FMJ through it.
It won't hurt.
Yeah. I don't know. I might. All right. Look at that.
Yeah. Tactical gangster.
On a freaking High Point.
Tactical gangster.
All right, here we go. 124 grain Winchester nickel suppressed. That magazine again? What's up with that?
Next one will be quieter.
What was that?
Loud.
Huh? What?
Loud.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Whew, getting a little blowback on it though. Oh.
It's still a fast moving bullet. They're flying at least 1,200 feet per second for being that loud.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. All right. Well, I'm going to keep my finger away from the trigger, and I'm going to show you what we got going on here. Look inside there. Got one trying to jam in the chamber and one trying to load. That's not good. And now the mag. Let's see if I can get the mag out. Nope, mag don't want to come out. Jammed in there good. Okay, right. Double feed. Clear this. And jam cleared. And we are back to the 124 Winchester nickel case suppressed. JHP. Yeah, definitely getting some blowback. Ooh, look. That's kind of cool. All right, that's enough of that. Ooh, that's a little warm. Mag this one up. Let's try some of this steel case. Do about 4 or 5 rounds of it real quick. I'm standing over here, she's staring at my back. Oh, I might turn out even on screen. But you can still hear me, I hope. Alright, there's some steel. Let's go ahead. There's some steel case rounds. here we go. All right, 115 grain Tulla steel case. Oh, let me get the clip protector back on it. All right, here we go. Here we go, before we lose too much more light. Gotta remember to keep the thumb away from that mag release. All right, that's the seal done. This CCI Blazer, 115 grain. Right, here we go. CCI Blazer, 115 grain JHP. Right. Might help if you rack it. Yeah, locked back on that one. Weird. All right, we got one more. I got one more ammo that I want to try. And then we're going to call it done. Because we've had a couple of issues, but nothing serious. It is a new weapon, so that's kind of to be expected. Now, before I do this one again, I want to reiterate, if it sounds like we're getting upset, it's because we are. Every time there's one of these shootings, the anti-gun people want to come after gun rights. They want to make more gun laws, more gun restrictions. The Second Amendment is pretty clear. Shall not be infringed. It's plain and simple. It don't get more simple than that. Shall not be infringed. Every single one of those gun laws is an infringement. Every one of those restrictions is an infringement. Every single time we got to pay a fee, a tax on this, if those are all infringements on a right. Every time somebody on the other side says something vile, we don't try to silence them. But every time there's a shooting, they try to take away our rights. We get tired of hearing that crap. We do. We get tired of hearing that crap. We're not trying to silence you, even though we think what you're saying is absolutely vile and disgusting and evil and whatever. Sometimes folks on the other side seem to do and think some things that are just your rights are your rights. Our rights are our rights. We'll leave you alone, you leave us alone. Firearms not a threat to you unless it's pointed at you. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And every time some crazy person goes out and does something with a gun, government wants to talk about taking away rights. Government wants to talk about taking away the AR-15, etc. Come on, man, enough of that. It don't work. It don't work. There ain't a single one of those 23,000 gun laws have stopped a criminal from doing a damn thing. So, anyway, enough politics. Like I said, I don't like doing politics. It takes away from the fun. But anyway, High Point YC9, last mag for the day. 4 or 5 rounds of 115 grain burial bullets made right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee by veterans, people who love and support the Constitution, including people's rights to say things that totally against the Constitution. Even though we disagree with it, you still have that right to say it, and we'll still stand up for your right to say it, even though you want to take our rights away. Just think about that next time you want to talk about taking our rights away. We're not trying to take yours. We don't want to take yours. We want everybody to have the rights. Punish the criminals. Quit going after the innocent, law-abiding people. All right, last one. That's it. Okay, High Point. It is definitely an improvement over the old High Points. It feels a little better. It looks a little better. Got a good rubber grip back there on it. There is a few startup issues. Of course, that's kind of be expected with a new weapon. So there it is, folks. High Point YC9 Yeet cannon. And it is definitely an improvement over the old ones. Pew pew.